Hello everyone. So I didn't know if I was going to make another video on censorship for quite a while. I know I've done that a lot. I think that's like my whole entire little, aspect of what I do, I guess. I mean, I talk about censorship all the time. Whatever. But what I wanted to say is that Tommy Robinson, he's having quite an issue right now. He's been deleted, kicked off, and banned off of Instagram. Then you have Facebook. There's a whole issue with Twitter. Now we have YouTube, and they didn't really ban him. They didn't delete his whole entire YouTube page. What they did, it was quite unique though. They made it so that on Tommy Robinson's channel, you're no longer able to comment, you can't engage, you can't talk with the public anymore about how you feel on this channel, unless you're on Dissenter. If you want to dissent this with Gab, if you want to do that, then that's a good thing, because you could use any URL that you want. It worked with Rotten Tomatoes when they had a bunch of different movie reviews that were restricted. People used that, now they can use it with Tommy Robinson. You could use it with a different grocery store in their news or anything in the whole entire world. That's what the site's for. That's the beauty of it. Seriously, I know that Gab right now, I know that Dissenter, there's not a lot of people on that, but can you imagine if you started up a technology site or a social media site and they're smeared by the media just for nothing, really? That's one of our huge problems that we have with all tech. It's not how the platforms are, the people that control it, the freedom that we have on them, or how they're even developing over time. It's definitely more of with media and how they're trying to manipulate them and saying that they're bad, they're horrible, different companies like Minds and Gab and BitChute is evil. Yeah, okay. Minds, Gab, and BitChute, they all want to protect your freedom of speech. Well, you have other sites that are trying to destroy that. They're making up words left and right. I have old dictionaries, I have new dictionaries, modern dictionaries left with me just to see the difference in how it's going to play out within the next 10 years. I believe that a lot of words are used to go against us or not used to actually help us. I watch a lot of news on YouTube, I watch a lot of undercover journalism, and I watch a lot of commentators. And what I wanted to say is that Tommy, he had a very, very good clip, and I would say it was a good exposure on what BBC was doing. He had clips on that, and I think some of his friends don't want to talk about this and talk about what went on with that exposure, also what's going on with Tommy, because they don't want to be exposed to the public. They are kind of scared, I think, right now, and I think rightfully, because the media, why are they acting like this? It doesn't really make any sense. Now, let's say you had, I don't know, someone like Lauren Southern, and she goes and wants to talk about Tommy Robinson, and she wants to say everything, kind of like she did like a last year. I think she had a live broadcast on that, but as of right now, with all the work that she's doing with her documentaries, all her professional work that she's doing, everything that she's accomplished, right? Like, they're gonna go after her just as hard, if not harder. And if they go after anybody else, I mean, they're gonna do the same thing. So it's not just her, it's, anybody involved with Tommy, obviously. That's one person. You have everybody else and their involvement. And it leads to something very, very bad in the end, because these people, they're crazy. That's why I feel like more little people like me, like more people with smaller channels, they need to speak up. You need to. You really do. If you want your country to do better, how are you not going to do that if you're not voicing out your opinions? I think as well, you should make some emails out to people in your own state and positions in power and how you want different stuff to, go on. But as a result, and the final thing with everybody, you have to talk as a whole and what you want to be changed. I understand that I'm in America and I have a lot more freedom than in Britain right now. One of my favorite areas was actually Manchester in the United Kingdom. I have a lot of shirts from there. I've ordered a lot of stuff. I'm a big fan. Trust me. Like, I'm really, really excited about that place. I love the culture of it. It was like an actually very upbeat culture from what I can see. a very kind of like party culture. I like that. I like that. I like that kind of culture. Some people are like, what? You like a party culture? What do you mean? And it's like, no, it's kind of like a more upbeat culture that is now kind of being destroyed, one by one, bit by bit, every single day, every week, getting worse. The problem with UK, I'm not going to slam on you guys. I'm not going to do that from America, but I do want you to have some sort of redemption and learn from this and to go forward. You still have a chance. I'm not kidding. Just because there are a lot of issues, I would say right now, if you're in France, that is much greater of an issue in what you're fighting for because of all the taxes and the laws that have been taken over in your area. Now, for other areas, it's much easier. Now, what you have to do, you have to think very strategically and you have to have a lot of patience too. Patience in hard times, that is number one. That'll help you out. If you want everything to happen at once in such a hard time, it's not going to work out for you. You're not going to have everything when you want it. That's not how life is. You have to be patient. If you want something, you can get it. Basically, I would say whatever you want and all the norms of that being, good. And you can do that. You have to work up to your goals. But if you want to try to do something that, is just going to be crazy, yeah, it's not going to work out. So obviously, patience is always a good thing to have. Having a restriction mode for individual videos, I've only really seen one time, and honestly, it's from Review Bra. Review Bra, if you know him, he wears suits and other stuff like that. I don't even know if it's a tuxedo, actually. I think it's only suits. I don't really know the difference of men's clothing. But basically, he is dressing formal, and he's giving you a review on different different food that is around, the local area, wherever he is. I think he's always kind of talking about something more about everything that would be more in our country. So if it's like, Taco Bell or like In-N-Out or whatever, everything that we can relate on that we would all know. And he does that. He gives us a review. Now, he was giving a review about chicken fingers, and I guess he gave like a description about one of the fingers in more of a savage way. Now, he gets this restricted, and it's just crazy. He's talking about chicken fingers from like a fast food place. I'm not sure if there's anything that we're going to be able to do about Tommy Robinson right now and what's going on in the United Kingdom, unfortunately. I don't want to be the person to say that, but hey, you sometimes have to be like, hey, here's reality, here's how it's going to set out. But what I can say is for the future, what we have is our internet. We have this as technology, as a tool, how we can communicate with other people, how we can do things, how we can also silence other people in one click of a button, make them virtually disappear online. I don't think that's how we should handle anything, especially with Tommy Robinson's case in the United Kingdom. Is that going to happen in the United States? We don't know this. If I was kicked off online, I would feel horrible. I really would. Anybody in my family, I'd feel really bad. I'd be like really, really pissed off. I would be online every single day fighting that like constantly. I'd be so pissed off. So you have to put your situation and just think about that. And the reality basically that I'm trying to describe is that there's no freedom anymore in what you can say online. I feel like even in America, you have so many restrictions, it almost becomes impossible for you to not get in trouble in the real world. There's a lot of repercussions that even if you said who you wanted for president and you said that you're in favor of Trump somehow, some way that's going to be resulting in something that's not good for you in the real world. It could be horrible for you to show up at a festival and people know your name and all of a sudden, you just get beaten the shit out of on, the streets or in a field or whatever because, you have horrible leaders like Maxine Waters that try to address, you can do whatever you want to Trump supporters. You can do whatever you want to conservatives. And it's okay. It's just, rebelling or whatever. Hey, That's not cool. We can't do that to any group of people. We live in America. I don't care. Any single person lives in America that wanted to get here, that wanted to do that, that wants to live in here legally, they have the right to. The reason that Antifa is unhappy is because when you're not doing something in your life, you end up unhappy. You do. So you see a lot of people that are happy. They have a job. They're either producing art, they're creative, they're a mother, they're, actually developing something in this world, creating something for the better, for the society. That's what you're going to see, and that's going to be better off, and it's going to be making a difference. I hope that Tommy Robinson has some sort of redemption. I really do. I really hope that BBC will realize that they're wrong. He has the proof over them. I mean, I've watched that. Everybody else has watched the proof. Undercover reports. You can clearly see that when you have a video game. When you have a video, that's kind of proof. You can't really fake a video. You can't. I mean, if you see something like cartoon, formal, animated, maybe you should question that just a little bit. And you're like, hey, that's fake. But with videos, you have proof right there. Well, that's all I have for this video, so I'll check you next time.